Dad, can you come home quickly, please?
Betty? What's wrong, sweetie? Did something happen?
Actually, never mind. I forgot you were on a business trip. Asking you to come all the way back home would be ridiculous, I guess.
Sorry, I didn't realize you were calling me. I'm free now. I can't talk on the phone right now since I'm on the subway. But I can text you if that's okay. What's on your mind? Hold on, what about school? Aren't you supposed to be in class right now? Is it an early day for you?
No, I left school early. I wasn't feeling well, so the teacher took me to the nurse's office. I have a pretty high fever.
You're sick. I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
Make sure to stay in bed, alright? I'm sure you'll find some medicine in the cabinet under the sink if you need any. I'm sorry I can't be there to help you. But I'm sure your mother will take care of you. Let me know if you need anything. And I'll see if I can get it for you on my way home.
Dad, that's the issue. I can't get into the house.
Oh, did you forget your keys?
I think so. I remember putting them in my bag yesterday when I went out with my friends. But when I came back home, I emptied my bag in my bedroom. I realized it was getting messy in there, so I thought I should organize it. I think that's when I lost them. Maybe I left them on my bed. Either way, I don't have them with me. I've searched everywhere.
Oh, that's a problem. But wait, shouldn't your mother be inside? She doesn't have work today. And she said she doesn't have any plans either.
I know, I heard her say that too. But it seems like she's not home. I've been ringing the doorbell, but no one's answering. All the lights are off, so I think she's out. I tried calling her, but it went straight to voicemail. I think she has her phone turned off or something. Hold on, maybe I can ask one of our neighbors if they know anything. Yeah, it seems like she left the house about an hour ago. The neighbors said they saw her walking outside from the window.
That's strange. I wonder what she's doing. Well, I'm sure it's nothing important. She probably went out for some emergency shopping. Anyways, we need to do something about your fever. I don't think it's a good idea to go to our neighbor's house. We don't want to risk getting them sick. Especially with their newborn baby. Hey, you know how to get to your grandmother's apartment, right? It's not far from here. She texted me earlier with a photo of a new plant she bought. She said she's spending her day off taking care of her plants at home. She doesn't go out often, so she's probably still home. I know you're not feeling your best. But do you think you can make it to her place?
Yeah, I think I can. I'll go there then.
All right. Be careful, Pumpkin. I hope you get well soon. I'll inform my boss about what happened. She's understanding. So I'm sure she'll let me leave early once I finish all the important stuff. I'll come to pick you up in the evening. Does that sound okay?
Sounds all right. Thanks, Dad.
Diane, are you available? Where are you located at the moment?
Hi, sweetheart. I'm currently at home, as you can imagine. Didn't I mention that I have no plans for today? May I know the reason for your inquiry?
Oh, yes. I believe you did inform me. It slipped my mind. I must be getting old.
Come on, you're not that advanced in age. What's the matter, darling? Did you miss me?
Yes, I suppose I did. That business trip was quite exhausting. I think I just needed a little boost from you.
Oh? Well then, congratulations on completing your business trip successfully. I hope you return home soon. Anyway, is there anything else? Did you have any additional information to share? No emergencies?
Yes, no emergencies. Everything is fine, as usual.
Okay, then. I'm currently cooking, so I'll talk to you later, okay? I don't want to accidentally cut myself with a knife. And I need to ensure I don't burn the pot either.
All right. Hey, before I go, what are you preparing? Have you been cooking all day long?
It's a secret special stew. I found the recipe online. But it smells peculiar, so don't expect it for dinner. And yes, I've been occupied with cooking the entire day. Additionally, I completed a few other household chores like cleaning and laundry. It's important to keep the house tidy even on my day off. Honestly, I've been so busy. You're fortunate that I answered the phone just now.
All right, cool. I won't disturb you too much. I'll be heading back to work. I'll be back in a couple of hours.
Aha. Good luck. I'll be waiting for you, darling.
Diane, there's something important I need to discuss with you. It's not an urgent matter. But I think it's best if you know about it sooner rather than later.
Hey, sweetheart. What's going on?
It looks like I'll have to leave the state for a while. I've just been assigned to a long business trip.
Oh, really? When is it happening?
It's starting next month, specifically on the first Monday. It will last for about 1 to 2 weeks. We don't have all the details yet, but it might extend a bit depending on the progress of our deal. Do you think you'll be able to take care of Betty during that time?
The first Monday. So you mean from the third?
Yes. Is that going to be a problem? Did you have any plans for those days?
Actually, I do. Oh, I completely forgot to mention it to you, didn't I? It's not confirmed yet. But I'm considering going on an overseas vacation around that time.
Really? You don't go on vacations often. Is there a special event or something you wanted to attend?
Remember my high school reunion a few months ago? I met one of my old friends there, and we really hit it off. We exchanged numbers and have been talking nonstop ever since. She mentioned that she travels frequently for work and knows some great places to visit during vacations. Since then, we've been discussing how amazing it would be if we could go on a trip together.
So it's an old friend from your high school reunion. That sounds nice.
Yes, it is. I was hoping I could spend some time with her during the dates you just mentioned. My friend informed her boss today that she'll be taking paid leave during that period. I was planning to talk to my boss about it tomorrow. So, would it be alright if we let Betty stay with your mom? I know she's already in high school, but it might not be wise to leave a teenage girl alone for such a long time. We never know who she might bring home.
You have a point there. I don't mind you going on a trip with your friend. However, I'll need to check with my mom if she can accommodate Betty. I'm sure she'll be happy to help, but it is quite sudden.
Yeah, I apologize for not mentioning it earlier.
It's okay. Let's discuss the details once we have more information about our schedules.
All right. Love you, honey.
Hey, Dad. Mom just left with all her suitcases.
Thanks for letting me know, Pumpkin.
You mentioned you were coming home today from your business trip, right?
Yup, I'm catching the noon flight home. I should be back by 1 p.m. The moving truck will arrive in the early afternoon, so I'll pack up everything we need. Once you're done with school, you can head over to the new place, all right?
Understood, Dad. Got it.
And remember to take your keys with you.
Don't be so harsh, Dad. But thanks, I'll be careful.
And, Pumpkin, I'm sorry you have to go through all this. You shouldn't have to.
Why are you apologizing, Dad? You didn't do anything wrong. Sometimes, life just works that way.
Maybe, but still. I feel like I failed you as a parent.
To be honest, things are a bit stressful. But I'm sure it's the same for you too. I just hope everything goes according to plan. No time to dwell on it. I mean, the past is behind us. We have to give our best and ensure a better future, right? Fingers crossed?
Betty. Right, fingers crossed. You've grown into such a reliable kid. I'm proud of you, Betty. Truly. I guess I shouldn't bother you anymore. It's almost time for school, isn't it?
Yup. I'll be leaving soon. Farewell, old place. Today is my last day of school.
Stay safe. I'll see you tonight.
See you.
Hey, honey? You should be arriving home by now, right? Is your business trip over? I just arrived at the airport. Can you please come and pick me up? It's getting late, and I'd rather not take the bus.
Oh, you were supposed to come back today? I completely forgot about it.
Come on, honey. Remember the day your beloved wife is returning.
Yeah, my mistake. Unfortunately, the car is currently being repaired. It broke down, and it won't be back for a few days.
Oh, no. Seriously? Were you driving it all over the city again? I've told you. You're putting a strain on the car with your little hobby.
Maybe. Regardless, I can't assist you. You'll have to find your own way home.
All right, I suppose there's nothing I can do about that. I'll just call a taxi or something.
Good idea.
Honey? Did you change the lock? My keys won't open the door. I'm pretty sure it's not that my keys are broken. Do you know anything about it?
Welcome home.
Yeah. Are you not home? I don't see anyone, and the lights are all off.
I am.
Really? Then could you open the door already? I've been knocking on the door for ages. Did you not hear me?
Right, knocking won't do you any good. And there's no point in getting the door open either. So don't even bother.
What are you talking about? Why are you sounding so cryptic? You're making me worried.
You're at the old place, aren't you?
What do you mean? What old place?
We moved.
What? Why? Why haven't I heard anything about it?
Sorry to ruin your exciting trip with your friend. Or should I say, your lover. Betty and I moved out of the house a few days ago. Don't bother with the old place, it's not our house anymore.
Honey, I don't understand. What are you actually talking about? Whatever you think, you've got it all wrong. The only person I love is you, honey. I would never cheat on you.
Are you even trying? I'm done with your lies, Diane.
But I'm not lying. Do you really think I would cheat on you? Whatever you think, I believe you're jumping to conclusions.
I don't know. I just know the facts.
Don't be ridiculous. First of all, didn't I tell you that I was on a trip with a friend from high school? Sure, she's an old friend of mine, but she's a girl. And we don't have any romantic feelings for each other. Please don't tell me you're getting jealous. How long do you think we've been married? If you're so bothered by it, I'll be more considerate in the future. I'm sorry I didn't realize it.
I see. She had one impressive beard, but whatever you say. And you're saying that you don't have romantic feelings for each other. But you're willing to sleep with them?
Huh?
I would consider that to be more than friends. But who knows? Maybe I'm just old-fashioned.
What are you talking about?
And besides, I heard that they're married.
What?
They're one of Betty's classmates' parents, right? We know. I get it. It's nice to know that your old friend has a child who goes to the same school as your kid. It must be especially noteworthy if they're in the same math class. But I don't think that warrants you having some adult fun time, do you? Honestly, I'm surprised that I even have to have this conversation with you. I'm disappointed, Diane.
Hold on. How much do you know? Why do you know so much? Were you spying on us? That's a breach of privacy, you know.
I'm sure you have a bunch of questions. But to be honest, I don't feel like answering every single one of them. Let's just say that I hired someone. And they did a pretty good job. They told me all I need to know about your little love affair.
I don't understand. Since when did you suspect it?
Remember when I was on my previous business trip? The one where I left the state for just a day? It was a few months ago.
Yes, I remember.
Betty was sick on that day. She had a high fever. And she left school early to go home.
I remember. I had one missed call from Betty. But she just said that she called to tell me that she was sick. I didn't know she left school early.
Yeah, well, now you do. When she arrived at the doorstep, she realized that she forgot her keys. She tried calling you, but it went straight to an automated message. That's probably the call you got. She noticed that you weren't home, so she texted me instead. She told me how she couldn't get inside our house. So she stayed over with my mom until I could come and pick her up after work. I was hoping she wouldn't catch on that you may be cheating. But she is a bright kid. She must have realized something was off. If she decided to hide the details from you after you came home.
So, that's why you two came home together.
Exactly.
But wait, does that mean the message you sent me on that day was to test me? Because I remember you asked me something about where I was.
Pretty much. Although I had a strange feeling that something was off. It wasn't like something actually happened yet. So I decided to dig in and ask you if you were doing anything. Turns out, you were cooking the entire day at home. Strange, right? If that was true, you'd be able to let Betty into the house. There's no reason to lie about something if you didn't feel guilty about it. And I'm sure it's not like you were trying to pull off a surprise birthday party for someone.
I don't believe it. I knew Betty got sick, but I just thought that she went to all of her classes. I just thought you went to pick her up after school. So you just kept that to yourselves all these months? You pretended that nothing was wrong while you snooped around in my personal life?
I don't appreciate the way you're phrasing it, but basically, yes. I will say that at the time, it was only a sneaking suspicion. It wasn't like we had any definitive proof. And I didn't want to jump to conclusions. But it was still strange that you would lie about it. So we decided to look into it a little bit. But now, I know for sure. You were meeting your boyfriend, weren't you? It's nice to know that I didn't wrongfully accuse you of anything. But I really wish I had. You have a daughter in high school. You should be used to parental responsibilities by now. What was going on in your head?
Sorry, I didn't mean it. It was just that we were drunk, and I didn't want to be disrespectful. I won't do it again, I promise.
Right.
Honey? So, you said you moved, right? Where are we going to live? Could you give me the new address?
Why should I?
What do you mean, why should I?
Didn't you read the memo? Why do you think we moved without telling you anything?
But, honey.
Have you taken a moment to consider Betty's feelings? Because she really doesn't want to see you.
Huh?
Just think about it. We're talking about Betty here. I've never seen a girl more dedicated to her studies. She never misses a class. But on that particular day, she was so sick that she had to leave school early. And when she got home, nobody was there to let her in. I'm sure she felt devastated. Yes, it's her fault that she forgot her keys. And I'm sure she understands that too. But the reason you weren't home was because you were out having fun with your boyfriend. If it were any other reason, she might have been okay with it. But given what was really happening, I don't think you can blame her for feeling a little upset about that.
Well. Okay, I guess I messed up. I understand where you two stand. But darling, shouldn't we at least have a conversation? Before taking things to the extreme? I mean, this is pretty much like kicking me out of the house. It's too much.
Maybe we should talk, maybe we shouldn't. Either way, it doesn't justify me giving you our new address. If we need to talk, we can do it somewhere else. Just not at home.
Are you serious, honey?
Do you think I would joke about something like this? If you couldn't tell, I'm very angry with you. And one more thing, since you'll find out sooner or later. Betty is going to a new school in another city.
What? That's taking it too far. You didn't have to do that.
It's not my place to judge, and it's not yours either. I was simply doing what Betty felt was best for herself. Honestly, I wouldn't want to go to a school where one of my classmates' father was having an affair with my mother either. Regardless of how focused you may be on your studies. That's bound to make things awkward in class. I'm sure her classmates would feel the same way if they found out. She's preparing for college applications. We don't want her to experience any unnecessary stress at school. Especially when things are already stressful enough. That's why we decided it would be best for her to change schools. Just like we changed houses. Everything went smoothly, so there's no need to worry.
No way. I can't believe it.
While we're at it, I should mention that I won't be working in the same office anymore either.
What? You went as far as quitting your job? Isn't that impulsive?
Not at all. I'm simply transferring to another branch that's closer to our new place. It's actually part of my promotion. I was going to discuss it with you. Because I wasn't sure if I should accept the promotion and have everyone relocate. But, surprise, surprise. It came to light that someone was having a secret affair. So I thought there was no point in talking to you about it. Cheating is one thing, Diane. But we know that you slept with your boyfriend in our old bedroom. Sorry, but I can't bear to live in a place like that. I haven't told Betty the details. But I don't want her near that place either. That's why I sold the house.
How do you know all this? I'm starting to feel exposed.
Good. You should.
Where am I supposed to go now? I'm still your wife, you know. And what about my belongings? You didn't throw them away, did you?
I'm not that cruel. I've packed up all your things and sent them to your parents' house. Why don't you live with them from now on? Or maybe you can ask your boyfriend for help. Although I'm not sure how his wife would feel about that. Anyways, the lawyer will be going to your parents' house to handle all the legal documents.
Lawyer? Documents? Are you trying to charge me with something?
I wish I could. I'm simply having a professional handle our divorce. The same lawyer will visit your boyfriend's house too.
What? What are you doing? You can't do that.
Oh, but I can. And I already have.
But his wife will find out about our relationship.
You don't have to worry about that. Everyone already knows. My mom knows, your parents know, and your boyfriend's wife knows.
No, you can't do this to me.
Good grief. I wouldn't complain if I were you. Most people would agree that you brought this upon yourself.
No, this can't be happening. Why would you do this to me? How could you be so heartless? Don't you have a conscience?
Very funny. If you truly wanted to pursue a new love, you should have just told me that you wanted a divorce. It would have been sad, but I wouldn't have blamed you. We're only human. In fact, I would have appreciated and respected your honesty. Take that as a lesson for next time, if there is one. And don't try to shift the blame onto others.
Please, I'll do anything. I don't want a divorce. Anything but a divorce.
This conversation seems pointless. I can already see that. If you have anything to say, talk to my lawyers. They will handle it from now on. Honestly, I don't want to talk to you anymore. I apologize for taking up your time. Before I go, Betty is doing great. That's all I'll say, even though it seems like you don't really care about her. You haven't asked about her at all. Anyway, I hope we never cross paths again.
Wait. Honey.
Goodbye forever, ex-wife.
Don't leave me. Honey.
A few days later, our lawyer took care of all the necessary formalities. Everything was handled. And Betty and I were finally able to embrace our new lives in a different environment. As for Diane, it appeared that she had initially intended to stay with her boyfriend. However, there was an unexpected twist when her boyfriend's wife decided to give him another chance. She seemed to be more forgiving than I was. But it came with strict conditions to protect their child from any negative consequences. Her next option was to propose to me again. But I declined for obvious reasons. Subsequently, she showed up uninvited at my mom's house. She was taken aback to find the apartment empty. The truth was, we had actually moved into a larger house to accommodate my mom as well. It seemed like she was in a state of panic, causing a commotion in the apartment building. Security had to intervene and escort her away. And eventually, her parents arrived to pick her up. Aware of what had transpired, they were deeply disappointed with her. Although Diane had hoped to stay with them, they made arrangements for her to become self-sufficient. I learned from her parents that she currently works in a factory in a rural area. The working conditions aren't ideal, but it's considered disciplinary action for her actions. Currently, Betty and I are enjoying ourselves. My mom is teaching Betty a lot about gardening, since she has always had an interest in botanical science. She's considering attending a reputable college known for its strength in plant biology.